Yo, what's goody? It's your boy Knock Rio. We on the second beat of the day. Right now, we're gonna remix "Vacation Fresh." I like this track. I always like this track, so I got to find out some cadences for it, what the hook's gonna be for it, or whatever. And this might be a fresh one for somebody. So let's get started. In the last session for Racks this morning, I already showed you guys how to import the tracks and all that stuff. So I've kind of got this already imported already. Everything is there in the folders where it's supposed to be. So we're not going to go through that process. We're going to save some time here since we're having some technical difficulties off and on. We're going to jump right in, and hopefully we don't get shut down by the system. The system is never good to get shut down by. But let's start with our drums. That's pretty much where I start. We're going to jump in here, find out what we got, and make it boom. I noticed that, matter of fact, before I do this, there's a little pop at the beginning. I don't know what that is, but there's a little pop at the beginning, and I can kind of see in some places where it's at. So we're going to have to edit these tracks. We're going to have to edit some of them to make sure we take those pops out, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not. Matter of fact, let me solo these and see if it's in the drums. You hear that? And you see the meters jump, right? I'll play it again. That little pop at the beginning, that's not good. There's no audio up there anyway, so I'm probably going to just go ahead and just cut this anyway. So let's do that real quick. Let's see. Let's make sure that we on the grid here. I'm going to set it for 1 bar. Get right on about 5. And just take that right out. I think that it's in the synths too. So matter of fact, let me open that up and see. Difference is those synths pretty much start right at the beginning, or at least some of them do. So we want to be sure whether they have that pop or not. Yeah, they got it too. So we're gonna go in here and do a little bit of editing. You see how this is not coming back to the 0 mark here. A lot of times you can fix that. All you got to do really is, matter of fact, let's take this grid. We're going to take it down to a 64th note to the smallest one, and then we're going to fade that in. Oh, come on, baby. Fade for me. I don't know why it's not wanting to fade right here, but all right, so typically we'll grab it and we'll fade it in. Okay, there we go. Let's select that. Maybe we got to drag it out. There we go. We had to drag it all the way out. So we're going to drag that one out. We're going to drag this one out too. That's a little strange. In my other program, you can actually see it when you do it, and you're not really tied even to that grid either. So let's see how that sounds in the beginning. Sometimes it's so small, it's such a small area that it don't really matter. When I put it back in the grand scheme of things, you can see how small it looks. Even though we widened it out so we could see it, it's small. So it's at the beginning of the track. I'm not really worried about it. It's not super impact stuff. It's not perfect right there. I hear a little bit of something. It looks like it's probably right about here. Looks like that waveform ain't perfect. We might be able to fix that too. Let me take this off and make sure it's not in the lead. It's a little bit there, but it's definitely there. You can definitely hear that. So we might actually take this and draw it out even further, just to kind of cover that. And let's see what we got here. Still there a little bit, what I'm hearing. So we may have to make another adjustment. Oops, let's close this. We might have to make another adjustment on it. We just kind of work it around, see what we get on it. Let's draw this one out and just see. It's just there. Hopefully it's not building. Let's check in the pianos too. Let's make this a little bit larger so that we can see. But those are things that you're going to come across as an engineer. You're going to come across that type of stuff all the time. That one don't have it. It's got a little bit. But I think that's just where the sample's stopping because I have this area selected here. There might be 2 of them selected or something. So let's do this. All right, so it may not be perfect, but I'm not hearing it as prominent as I heard it before. So that's good. There are some guitars in here too, so I'm going to go and check out those guitars too and just make sure that we cool there. I didn't hear anything there. Didn't hear anything there. No, I think we're good. So I can live with that for right now. If, you know, somebody really was a stickler about it, okay, cool, we'll work on it or whatever. But that's not enough to impede us today from the work that we about to put in. So let's go ahead and put this work in and see what we come up with. I might actually cut this up a little bit closer. Let's get on this grid. Get it off at 64s. I'm going to go to 1 bar. We could actually come right up to 9, but I'm probably not going to do that. I'm going to just come up here to about 8. And we should be good. Let's start with our kick, like we said. And we're going to move the cursor up just a little bit. This is like the track that we just finished working on. Racks. I got my kick right up there to the front. I'm going to grab our maximum. Pull it down a little bit. It's already right there in the front. And so we're not gonna work on it too much. Like I said, a lot of this stuff was already mixed. So we're not we're not having to do a whole lot of work to it because a lot of stuff was already mixed. I'm just going through and remixing things so that it has a little more volume. That's what we've been doing. Because these beats are old, man. I used to work on my laptop, my old busted laptop, and use my television for my monitoring in my apartment before I got the studio kind of put together. So it's good to be able to have a situation like this where I can start to hear where stuff is at. We're not going to do that drop yet. Okay, we got the hi-hats. I think I'm just going to try to slide them down a little bit. Might put a little maximum on there. Just for the detail. That's what I like about maximum. That's why I use it so much, because it's not just volume that's happening. It's like you start to hear these little details and things that you didn't hear before. And I don't know what it is. It's just in maximum, I just hear it. And it's like, oh, there's that little bit of something, a little bit of ear candy that's in there that you might not have heard before. So that's why I really like maximum. And you see me use it all the time because that's what I be looking for, the little ear candy stuff, you know. Put a little bit of reverb on this, put some reverb on this clap. Probably not that reverb. We're going to go for something a little small. Just to give it a little bit of something, right? A lot of people don't like to put their reverbs directly on the track, but for these purposes, gonna be fine, you know. That's kind of the sound that I wanted for it. Let's put a little bit of a, I'm gonna put the relay on it too, just to widen it out a little bit. Gives the snare just a little bit of width. I'll bypass it. See how that's right in the center? Kind of comes forward a little bit and a little bit wider. It's about 12%, not a whole lot, you know. All right, let's do this drop. It's nice right there. We might put a little bit of the relay on that too. Widen it just a little bit. I think that's gonna sound nice in a car. It's just got that, I don't know, it just, when I made the beat, it just got that summertime driving down West Colonial Drive in Orlando feel to it. Like, that's just all you hear, you know. You got your windows up or whatever, you listening to your music or whatever like that, and you know it's hot in the summertime or whatever, sun blazing or whatever, stupid traffic, so you ain't going nowhere, and all you hear is, or not even hear, that's just the rumble you feel when you're in your car. So that's what it always reminds me of, that particular rumble. So yeah, I think that's gonna work. We're gonna move these to the drum aux. Move them out. Let's see, where's my drum aux at? There it is. Now it's on our bus list, so we can slip them over there. Kind of consolidating them down into one place. We can take that, and we're gonna output that to the stereo drums folder. Oops, don't wanna mute that. We wanna add a little Maxim there. I'm not gonna go with Maxim there. You know what? I'm gonna take that off. Maybe we'll just use something else. We'll see if we find something else compression-wise that might be cool to kind of work with. Let's see. What can we go with here? Oh, that's something new that I got. That compressor there is good. I got stuff from TR5, you know, T-Rex. That's always cool. These purple audio joints is cool too. I like the Fairchild. Let's put this Fairchild 660 on here and just see what we get. Brought out the transient a little bit in that in the drop. I think it's pulling a little bit too much though on so that slams it way down. Don't want to stifle the drum. We'll see what that sounds like. drop this drop just a little bit, because it might be taking too much of the cone. Gonna drop it and then see if we can kind of maybe insert something here and give us a little more pressure on the whole folder. Now you notice the transient in the kick coming out a little bit more. Okay. Still dynamic too. You can see that it's still dynamic here. It's not slammed to the top in this folder. I don't like my drums like slammed like that. I think you get a little bit more motion, a little bit more bounce in it when it's not slammed. So let's do a quick save here. It auto saves, but I just like to be more safe than sorry. All right, let's go over to our synths. I think this is the steady one. That's definitely gonna be panned out with relay. Let's put the maximum on it. You're gonna hear some of that detail come out. You can hear that delay on it. Going from ear to ear. Ah, yeah. We're gonna relay that out. I got some other width things too. I don't know, maybe let's play around a little bit. We'll play around, and I always use kind of the same stuff or whatever. This THX Spatial Creator is great. Let's see where you could put it in different places, like in front of you or on your side and all that type of stuff. This is pretty cool. I haven't messed with it a whole lot, but I've messed with it, and it's pretty kind of dope. You can do you can have it moving around. If you got headphones on, you can hear that. It's like going around your head. It's so dope. This is dope. This THX. What is this? This is in Plugin Alliance. I think I paid for the large or extra large package or something like that. It's dope. So That's hot stuff. You can change the distance, the elevation of it. You can move it around. It's already got stuff kind of moving already. You can change the width of the room, how deep or how long the room is, the height of the room too. So all in all, it's dope. It's pretty dope. So I don't know if they have something where it's like, yeah. So they have motion stuff too. They have panning stuff. So let's see. Let's see what else they got here. Let's see, what's this vocal chamber sound like? Very close. They got flybys. Wow. If you got headphones, listen to that. That's dope. I don't know if that's gonna be for this. I don't know if we're gonna use this for this or not, but it's got some dope motion to it. I really want something a little more side to side, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and change out this to see if maybe we get something that's kind of more side to side. Let's go to wider. They got wider mids too, so we'll see if we can experiment with this a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Okay, wider highs. Just spreading the highs out a little bit. But that's nice. Might be moving just a little faster than what I want. Not terrible though. We can probably change the width just a little bit. Made it a little bit wider. So how that Maxim brought that right to the front. We'll leave that in the center while we have the other one going back and forth. In the fader just a little bit because I think it's a little too dominant. Let's go ahead and send these out to the synth aux. Really touched any panning or whatever like that, but they kind of got their own space right now. I'm gonna send this out to the synth routing folder. Be a little more intense than what I want. It doesn't really have like a blend to it. So that's something maybe you could put on an aux or something like that to see if you can blend it just a little bit. I like that though. I kind of like that. Let's see. See how. Okay. What if we move this out? Oh, I didn't use my relay, so I can't move it out further. But all right, we'll leave it like that. We'll just kind of move on. Let's go. There's a piano that's in here as well. See what kind of detail we get in this. That's going to be pretty prominent. Drops off a little bit in the verses. In the hooks, it's a little more full, but then in the verses, I already had it where it would automate and drop off just a little bit. Space, which is good. Let's send this out to the piano aux and have that routed out to the piano routing channel. Have anything in the bass? I don't think so. No. It's just really our drop, but we do have some guitar work here. So we're gonna work on this. This one distorted guitar I know is play with some panning on these. Be off to the side. Just following that piano a little put this in the relay. Got it panned off to the right a little bit, but let's make it a little bit wider. I always wanted that to kind of stand out a little bit. So let's put these on the guitar aux. We'll probably end up turning it down a little bit. Run that out to the guitar folder. Might work well on this. I see what this does. It was kind of putting it left and right before, and it was too much. Small adjustments. Just be something under the verse that you don't even realize that it's there until you really listen to it. All right, cool. Maybe there's a little bottom that we can bring out of that. Move it up a little bit. complement a little bit. Kind of like that. Give it a little more body in that piano. And the drums are right on top. That should punch through. So let's go ahead quickly and let's go ahead and add a master fader to it as well, right after we save. I don't know, I just get into the habit of saving. We're going to make it a stereo master fader. Popped up on the end over there. And we're going to just work out how we do our mastering. I typically have the same process. It doesn't change a whole lot. So we'll just work with what we got, you know. We didn't quite get to the drums yet. It's coming up here in just a second. Got that little bit of bottom in there, but I think that it's just coming from the deeper 808. Okay. All right, cool. Let's move on. Whoops. Below -2. Kind of know what you normally do and you kind of have your sound, you just you can make quick decisions. And you know, some of this profession is time based. I learned to work quickly based on my clientele. When I was in Orlando, you have clientele coming in, they're rapping. A lot of them are younger guys, young kids or whatever. They don't have a lot of money. So it's like you got to figure out how to like record them. You're recording and you're mixing at the same time, so that by the time they get finished in the booth, you don't have a long way to go. You're just kind of listening and moving things around and getting things kind of set up or whatever. You might do some cuts and things after they get out of the booth and after they're finished. But that whole time, you've been mixing. I had a engineer that worked for me, Jeffrey Snuggs. God bless the dead. He did pass away with cancer a couple of years ago, so that's kind of a sad thing. He was a Full Sail graduate. However, he was very slow when it came to engineering, so my clientele was used to my style. So they eventually came around to him because he was there for long enough. I mean, he probably was with me a good three years or maybe 3.5 years before he moved back home or whatever. But yeah, so he was there, and his style, sorry about the noise outside, but his style was very slow. And so they're kind of like looking like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And that's because he was taking a lot of time in between their takes and things like that to adjust things or whatever. And I was kind of like pushing him more towards do it while they're doing their takes. While they're rapping or doing their takes or whatever, be paying attention to what's going on there. But you got to be able to multitask, and you got to be able to edit, and you got to be able to mix while they're doing it, because it's your money, you know. And when you get, you know, at the end of the session, they only got so much money. So how are you going to spend your time? You know, you can't spend a lot of time. And I think the training that he got kind of propelled him to want to do so much more when it wasn't really necessary. Or it can be done, if you're going to do all that, do it while they're rapping so that you don't have that problem. So, you know, that's a tip for the younger engineers and stuff like that. I don't know how much, you know, how common it is anymore for people to be going into other people's studios and using, I guess it still happens. There are probably more home studio environments and things like that. But in a professional studio environment, you got to be moving because the clock is moving. And your money moves, and their money moves with the clock, and so your money moves with the clock. So, you know, you want to sell yourself short, and a lot of people kind of come in with like, oh, well, I get paid by the hour, so I'm going to take as long as I want. And it doesn't work that way because they don't have the money, you know what I'm saying? So especially coming from a lot of those places they were coming from, they just didn't have the money. So for me, I made it the best of both worlds. I'm going to give you the best I can give you. I'm going to make fast decisions. I'm going to work while you're working, and we're going to get to the end. And at the end, you're going to be able to go and play this song in your neighborhood, because that's what's going to happen. Like, all of my clientele, they weren't waiting till it gets mixed and it gets mastered and all that kind of stuff. They're not coming back for any of that. So when they go back home, it's going to be all over the streets. Like my guys from a Pop Girl or whatever, everybody's going to hear it, and my guys from Orlando, West Orlando, and all the places they came from in Orlando, these hoods are going to hear this record when they go back. So I had to kind of get them in a place where they at least didn't sound terrible. And do that pretty quickly. So that's why I make decisions quickly. That's why I kind of stick with the same stuff all the time, because it's like once I know what it is, I can go and I can get a result that they're gonna like. But if you got more time, use more time. Play around here just a little bit with our SPL iron. On this center explosion, you see the input over here is 6, the input here is 2. The outputs are the same. One is LED, the other one is silicon. But I want the bottom to be really rich. that's nice. And I love Pro Tools just for the clarity. There's just something about it. It's just clear. We might be able to stick a little EQ on here. Let's go to my AMAC EQ, my AMAC 250. You can get in trouble here a little bit sometimes adding too much in the highs. But maybe in this mid-high area, I want to add a little bit. And I stick that on mid-side. Now let's put a limiter on it. A lot of times I'll use this stealth limiter. I also use the quad limiter here too. So there's several of them that I will use. SSL's got this limiter too. I like SSL stuff, so let's play with that and see if that gives us a decent result. Not kind of what I'm looking for. Oh, but you can hear that like going in and out. That's pretty aggressive. Like it, it's transparent, but I want to hear my I want to hear the stealth limiter and just see if it sounds a little more natural. Let's go here. I think it's got a lot of different sounds in this stealth limiter that work pretty well. Still be some softness to it. Okay, I kind of like that. For now is where's that bass at? The bass is going to be everything for this. Like I said, it's that signature sound that I kind of like for the cars or whatever. But if that bass is in the right place, we're going to be good. So but in the comments, you can tell me what you hear and what you think. Always look forward to that. It's all about learning, all about helping one another, you know. But this track is called Vacation Fresh. If you like it, you want to do something on it, it'll be in Collab Corner at some point. But if you already know you want it before it hits Collab Corner, let me know. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. If you don't want to buy it, you want to collab with me, we do like 60-40. Real easy, real easy. So I thank you for hanging out with me here. Once again, it's your boy Knock Rio. Peace out. We'll talk to you soon.